Okay everybody, welcome back to the Scob channel. If you've noticed a difference, it's probably that I'm now using facecam. I figured all the cool kids do it, so that's a perfectly fine reason to do something you're not entirely sure of, so here we go. Currently I have my nice little camera balanced on my wife's yoga block on top of my computer, and hopefully it won't fall. Alright, let's get right back into it. Whew! Now I've been thinking about this a lot. See, now you get to see me do gross stuff like turn away from the mic to cough. I've been thinking about this a lot. We're going to take Portugal. We're definitely going to do that. I think we need to reorganize a little bit. We came out of that war with a little more than 30 dudes. That's okay. Let's get our Navy. Let's get them to actually patrol now. Thank God. Frickin' nationalists just messing up everything. Okay, so we're going to mix stuff up a bit. What we're going to need really desperately in a very short time is some heavily armed mountain men. Desperate, brooding, terrible mountain men. The reason behind this is that we're about to get into a major defensive war with Nazi Germany. That's not going to be fun. I've thought about it. I've thought, hey, why don't we move troops up into the Maginot Line and try and protect France? But I actually don't want to do that, because what I want to do is actually take France back from Germany, because we're communist. Heyo! We get to take captured neutral territory and not just return it to its original owner. And that just sounds like a lot of fun. What I'm thinking is that the ultimate goal of this Let's Play, of this playthrough of Hearts of Iron 4, is to basically take Hannibal's revenge. We're going to go up through France, we're going to go east and south through Italy, and we're going to take back the Italian peninsula. And maybe we'll do some little naval landings if we get the opportunity to. So, what do we need to do? We need to start recruiting some mountain men. Now, we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Whew, let's train them in steps of 4. That was dumb. Let's train them in steps of 4. Let's have them spawn right here, and we're just going to have them train indefinitely. What that means is that we're just going to dump our motorized immediately and then cancel that production. I know, I kept talking to Big Game about how much I love motorized. I still love motorized. Motorized is awesome. The problem with motorized is that they are not going to be ideal for when we need to defend our massive northern border. They're really not going to do a great job in the mountains. I don't know if you've ever tried to drive a car in the mountains. It doesn't go well. So we're going to drop our motorized, and then we're going to go from there. Right, production. We don't need interwar bombers. We need fighters. We need as many fighters as we can possibly get. We need so many fighters that we are just flush with fighters, just inundated with fighters. We're also going to get some armored. We're going to move them up here too. These guys are going to be super duper useful for the defense also. They've got some motorized in them also, so they don't just bumble around terribly slow and not be able to do anything. Good. So we are justifying war against Spain that is going to take a year. Let's turn the speed up. Now what I really hope doesn't happen is that Spain joins the Allies. That would really suck. Historically, Spain and Great Britain love each other's butts. During the Napoleonic Wars, Portugal said, you know what, you can come get us. Napoleon, greatest army in the history of the world at that point, probably. And he said, okay, and he did. So hopefully that doesn't happen again. Hopefully we, the Spanish, can just walk into Portugal, take their butts over, and that's the end of it. Let's see what the rest of the world's doing. Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact, standard. Fortify Malta. That's usually a good idea. Usually what... Well, there we go. So we can go ahead and forget about that, because their independence is guaranteed by Great Britain. And I frankly don't want to start World War II early, so we're just going to forget about that. We're going to pretend that didn't happen. We are not going to go back in time and re-record this episode, because that would be cheating. We are going to instead take the Death Squad and take our normal dudes and just go ahead and fortify the north and just wait. Just wait for the Nazis. That means we need to delete everything. Oh boy, I don't like that. We'll come back to him. Don't worry. Those of you out there who are saying, like, yeah, man, the Portuguese, they've had it too easy for too long. Don't worry, we'll come back to them. They will get theirs. Yes. Yes, they will. They will get theirs. What we'll probably do is wait till this whole thing is already a big mess. And then we'll just sneak in back and take Portugal from behind. That was gross. I'm sorry. But it's what we're going to do. Okay, so now we really just sit here and wait. The French don't hate us. They technically give us military access. They're like, hey guys, why are you sitting on our southern border building up troops? And we're like, don't worry, it's going to be totally fine. Just relax. No, they're already part of... It comes to my attention that we could probably... Nope, we can't do it. I was thinking maybe we could turn France communist, just push them over the edge. That would really... Take that, history! That would be a lot of fun. We'll save that for when we play as France and we go communist France. That's a lot of fun. That's a good game. Okay, we got our tanks coming down. We are still just desperately behind in everything. Except for tanks, really, surprisingly. And that's just killing us. It's just killing us. And we're sort of out of our ability to use our national focus to build more. It stinks. Okay. That means we're going to start doing an army effort. We're just going to try to get some land doctrine. Check our construction. Yeah, we've got almost entirely military factories coming up. Yeah, they signed the pact. That's okay. We're fine with that. We can join their faction. Yeah, let's do that. We're going to join the Comintern. We're just going to go full balls Comintern. Yay, we're with them. Huzzah. They love us. Demand the Sudetenland. It begins. It begins. The 4-year plan. A little too late for that. Poland, if you ask me. Heavy bomber focus, militarized schools. Coerce Spain. Hey, they're going to try and coerce us. Ah, where is that here? Coerce Spain. There it is. What are they going to do? We're going to get a better opinion of them? They're going to give us daily democracy support? Oh, jeez. We're going to... I don't know what's going to happen with that. I've actually never really played as a nation that has been coerced by another nation. So I guess we're going to see what happens there. That's interesting. Maybe this is about the time we get a dude. We get a communist dude, because we really don't want to go back democratic. I was thinking about that. What if we fought the whole Spanish Civil War ahistorically? Yes, ahistorically, for double, really. Oh, France banned communism. That sucks for them. Yeah, good luck. Go with the Allies. See how that works. You know, historically, Spain was not a communist country during the Spanish Civil War. They had a lot of communists in the country, but it wasn't like, you know, they had bread lines and they were running around wearing, you know, Stalin masks. No, they were still a democracy. They just had a gigantic communist party. So, ahistorical number one is that we were a communist country. Ahistorical number two, we remain communist after... Well, first of all, we won the Spanish Civil War. The nationalists win in history, and it's really bad for everyone involved. We've got some political power. We're already totally shithouse. We've already got 1 million dudes. We'll need to change that. I'm gonna hold and see what happens when the UK starts coercing us, because if we start drifting tremendously towards democracy, we're gonna need to go and we're gonna need to put a stop on that. Because I want to stay communist, because that's what we're doing in this game. We're not playing democracy. Now, a lot of people have really complained about democracies in this game. You really can't do a lot. If you note, you know, you can justify war goals against people, you can send volunteers, you can send expeditionary forces, and if you're a democracy, you really can't do most of that. You know, you can do bits, you can justify war goals against someone who has generated world tension, our buddy over here. You can send volunteers. You can actually send a lot of volunteers to a country, but only if world tension is higher than 50%. And at that point, if world tension is higher than 50%, shit is already exploding so fast and so ferociously that you're not doing anything. I have found that world tension usually goes from about 40 to 100 really quickly. Usually around here. You know, Germany starts demanding the Sudetenland, things start getting complicated, and things start exploding all over the world. How are we doing over here? How are we doing in China? Japan still fighting them off. The Chinese still trying their best. Oh, we could send volunteers to them. We could send 2 volunteers to help fight the Japanese. We're going to pass on that. We're going to need every dude we can possibly get. Sorry, China. You're going to have to figure that one out yourself. China, interestingly enough, to go back, actually starts with their own faction, which is pretty cool. Both the PRC and Nationalist China are both in that faction trying to fight the Japanese. Oh. Did they hear me? Did they hear me talk about thinking about sending volunteers to them and then realize that I didn't and said, okay, screw you, we're going to be aggressive with you? That's fine, China. You can be aggressive with me all you want. That's going to do real good for you after you get wrecked by the Japanese, which is what happens. Okay. The Sudeten crisis. Oh. Ooh, a historical decision. So what I love about this game is that you can tell it whether or not you want it to play out historically, where nations will take, you know, historical decisions. So like right here, Germany would have just gotten that chunk of land. Or you can tell it, no, we don't want historical decisions. We want stuff like this to happen. We want stuff like, you know, Czechoslovakia says, nuh-uh, screw you guys. We're in the Allies. We're going to fight. Which, they are the target of a foreign war goal. Yeah, dude. Motorization bypassed. Okay, army effort. They are pressuring us. We must accept their... Do we? Okay. They're influencing our politics. What a bunch of jerks. Let's see what that means for us. That means that we are drifting daily change +1 communist, and we are drifting +8% democratic. Nuh-uh. We're gonna get Dolores Ibarrui in here, and she's gonna put a stop to that, ya big jerks. Really? Come on, a bunch of jerks. Seriously. Okay, what do we want here? We want to get equipment effort, because we're actually right about the time where we can get infantry weapons too, and that's really good. We want that. Whoop, hi there. We want infantry weapons too. Here goes the world. So now world tension's at 50%. Do the Allies come to the aid of... Whoop. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Germany is now at war with basically most of the world, including France. So here we go. UK wants to move troops. There are territories. Sure, buddy. Go ahead. Move all the troops you want. Let's see how this goes. Now, normally, we're going to turn the speed down a bit, actually, because I want to see how this goes. And I feel like things are about to escalate for us as well. Normally, Czechoslovakia gets destroyed, which is weird. They have a lot of mountains around here, but the Germans just rip through them like butter. It's kind of sad. Poor Czechoslovakia. I mean, really, poor Czechoslovakia. They got roughed up in this war. Oh, man. Why are our mountain men not training? 0%. We have manpower. Oh, they need support equipment. We're going to say you have a high reinforcement policy because we desperately need brave mountain men to help us out. We're waiting on support equipment. We're waiting on everything. There's still nothing I can... Oh, that's right. I forgot to upgrade my artillery. There we go. Improved artillery. Oh, we have field hospital now. Great, so we can spend more support equipment. It's time to get a land doctrine. Okay, we're going to skip mobile warfare. I love mobile warfare, but I don't think it's going to be useful. Superior firepower is a good one, probably. Grand battle plan is also probably good. Mass assault, definitely not. We do not have enough dudes to pull off mass assault. Let's just go through here. Planning, defense, grand assault, infiltration... Integrated battle, shock and awe, air and land. Yeah, we're gonna go superior firepower. It's our only option. I think grand battle plan might have worked. I think it might have, but I'm gonna go superior firepower, and there's nothing you can do about it. Yeah, so Czechoslovakia getting wrecked, getting absolutely obliterated. Why are the French not pouring over the Maginot Line in droves? I do not know. It's ridiculous. Okay. War's breaking out. Things are escalating. We have a massive buildup of troops. There we go. Czechoslovakia is done, and that leaves Germany at war with the rest of the world, except for us right now. So we're going to cut it right there. We're going to hold off. We're going to come back. Hopefully we will get our feet wet into this thing. Hopefully our good friends the Soviets will decide that they want Poland more than Germany wants Poland. And we'll go from there. Alright, friends. See you next time on the Scob channel. Like, comment, and subscribe. You know the drill.